Today, I am here to give y'all my full-on predictions for the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series driver lineup. I'm going to go down the list in numerical order, starting with the 1 car and go to the 99 car. This video right here is going to be a little long, so kick back and relax, and hopefully you enjoy. Enough said here, on to the intro we go.
I'm Chase Briscoe, driver number 14 Ford Mustang for Stewart Haas Racing, and you're watching William Blackwell on YouTube.
Starting off with the 1 car for Trackhouse Racing, it's going to stay the same with driver Ross Chastain. Chastain is doing a phenomenal job right now. I personally feel like he's carrying the team on his back. Suarez is struggling for good results, while Chastain is contending for the win week in and week out. And I believe that needs to be examined by the top officials with Trackhouse, because 1 car is doing well and the other car is riding around in mid-pack, which is not a good look. Second car will be the 2 car from Team Penske, and I believe Austin Cindric is going to stay in that ride for 1 more year. I think he's going to have 1 more year to prove himself before Roger Penske decides that's enough and moves him to the 21 car, which is very possible come 2025. The 3 car is going to be Austin Dillon, but I believe, though, this is going to be a big year in 2024. Because, though, if Austin Dillon struggles in 2023, like moving forward, and struggles in 24, I think he's going to retire. And how crazy that sounds, I think he's going to retire and take over an ownership role with Richard Childress Racing, because we all know RC is getting up there in age, and he's going to want to pass this down to somebody. It can very well be Mike Dillon, Austin, and Ty Dillon's father, but Austin Dillon may want to be a part of that one day, so he may retire early on and get someone else in that 3 car that's a little bit better than he is, because he is definitely holding the team back. Just look in the point standings, folks. Kyle Busch is high up. Austin Dillon's in the bottom. All right, though, the 4 car, Kevin Harvick is retiring. I believe Josh Berry is getting the deal done. So there you go there. The 5 car, Kyle Larson, he is going absolutely nowhere besides the Hendrick Motorsports for many years to come. The 6 car is going to be Brad Keselowski. Brad Keselowski is the owner of the team. Why would he leave it? The 7 car, this is where it's getting interesting, because it's a bunch of unknowns. We all know about these bigger teams and what's going to happen, because we got journalists like Adam Stern and Bob Pockrass kind of leaking things out there. But no one really keeps a close eye on these smaller teams until like it's Daytona 500 time. But looking ahead, though, I think Corey LaJoie is going to find himself a better ride in 2024. And it's going to leave a ride open in this 7 machine. And the driver I believe that's going to take this ride over is going to be Daniel Hemric. Daniel Hemric right now is with Kaulig in the Xfinity Series, and he's not really doing spectacular. And I just don't think, honestly, that Kaulig car in Xfinity is spectacular. We all seen Larson win, but it's like saying Patrick Mahomes won a high school football game. Verstappen won a Formula 4 race. Like, come on now. Like, it really ain't seeing the true pace of the car. So Daniel Hemric, I believe, will go to Spire Motorsports in 2024, replacing Corey LaJoie, who will go elsewhere. And this will not be Daniel Hemric's rookie year, because he had that back in 2019 in the 8 car for Richard Childress Racing. The 8 car is going to be Kyle Busch. He is going nowhere. The 9 car, Chase Elliott, going nowhere. He's going to be with Hendrick Motorsports for many years to come. The 10 car, I have seen many rumors circulating around this ride. Does Almirola return? Does another driver come in like Zane Smith or Harrison Burton? As of lately, the name on the street has been Harrison Burton. But I just don't see why Tony Stewart is going to go out there and risk getting Burton. Because Gene Haas wanted Cole Custer in that 41 car, while Tony Stewart wanted Ryan Preece in that 41 car. We're halfway through the first part of the season for Fox, so they're about to give it up to NBC, which will be the true halfway mark of the season. And so far, Ryan Preece has not impressed. So Gene Haas, next time around, he's going to probably be the one making the decision rather than Tony Stewart. So I think he's going to lean with Zane Smith over Harrison Burton, who Tony Stewart will probably persuade to have, but Zane Smith in the 10 car. Driving the number 11 car for Joe Gibbs Racing, I believe, is going to be Denny Hamlin for 1 more year at least. FedEx is undecided whether or not they're going to come back for 2024, and if they do not, he's going to have to pull some plugs and get some sponsors for the season, and if it does not work out by the end of the year, they're going to move on from him, and he can very well go to his own team, 2311 Racing. So keep a close eye on that, shall you? 12 car is going to be Ryan Blaney. He is going nowhere. At the beginning of the year, I threw out the idea of him going to the 4 car. That kind of lived up to this hype, but kind of died down in the month of April, and now in May it's completely dead. So Blaney is going nowhere anytime soon. Driving the 14 car is going to be Chase Briscoe. Chase Briscoe, with Harvick retiring, is going to be the big dog at Stewart-Haas Racing, in my opinion. They're going to be relying on him to get all the wins and all the top finishes moving forward. And I think Briscoe is that guy. We all see right now the Ford camp is struggling. And if you give them some speed, I think Briscoe's going to get the job done. So not much concern there. The 16 car. This right here is something to keep an eye on. I think Allmendinger will come back, but it would not surprise me one single bit for him to retire or go back to Xfinity where he was competitive. He's not competitive at all right now. And a lot of people expected him to be competitive, and I don't know why. Driving the 17 car will be Chris Buescher. He is going nowhere. RFK loves him. So there you go. Chris Buescher in the 17 car. The 19 car will be Martin Truex Jr., and this will be his farewell season. Mark my words. The 20 car, Christopher Bell, he is going absolutely nowhere. The 21 car, this is where we're going to see a change. Harrison Burton is going to lose this ride, and they're going to call up Corey LaJoie. Corey LaJoie, the 7 car to the 21 car. How about that? 22 car, Joey Logano, and the 23 car, Bubba Wallace. But on my screen, I got Darrell Wallace Jr., but that's his real name. We're going to go with the real facts. So Darrell Wallace Jr. in the 23 car for another year. Driving the number 24 car for Hendrick Motorsports is going to be William Byron. We got to come up with a name for him, folks. We got Bad Brad Keselowski, and we got the Young Money for Kyle Larson. We got to call something Byron. He's dominating right now. He deserves like the Dominator or something like that. I like what William Byron's doing right now in NASCAR. He's got 3 wins so far as I'm filming this video. He's probably going to get many more. Hell, he may win the championship this year. Time will tell, but he is going absolutely nowhere. The 31 car, I believe Justin Haley is going to get fired. He's not doing a good job at all, and Matt Collig is going to want to hire somebody that's going to go contend for race victories. And I believe that driver that's going to do that will be Austin Hill from Richard Childress Racing's Xfinity team. He's probably going to view it as right now, the Cup lineup for RCR is going to probably be that way for many years to come, and depending on Austin Dillon if he retires or not. And he's going to go to Collig, I believe. Collig's the Chevy team. They're closely, they're allianced with RCR, so that's going to probably be a slam dunk deal. It's going to be alley hoop and dunk. So Austin Hill going over there. 34 car, Michael McDowell. They love him. McDowell loves him back. Going nowhere. 38 car. At the beginning of the year, they felt like they couldn't really put Zane Smith in that car. He wasn't quite ready yet, but they were wanting to give him a couple of starts, and they weren't sold on Gilliland, so they cut him off a couple of races, and Gilliland's kind of impressing right now, so I'm sure their opinion and mindset of him has changed in a positive way. So Todd Gilliland stays in this car full time in the 38 car. The 41 car, Ryan Preece, going nowhere. But though this could be his last year though with this team if he does not prove himself, and we see it happen in Formula One. We really do, where teams move on from driver mid-year, and this could right here could very well be the case where Stewart-Haas Racing may not like him, how he's doing in the first half in 2024, and they just may move on from him and bring in Riley Herbst or someone from their Xfinity program, which I believe Harrison Burton will be a part of. Driving the 42 car will be Noah Gragson, the 43 Eric Jones. 45 would be Tyler Reddick. He is going absolutely nowhere. The 47 car would be Ricky Stenhouse Jr. I believe JTG Daugherty Racing is going to have a big year next year. With Legacy Motorsports going to Toyota, Chevy is going to put a little bit more emphasis on the other teams besides Hendrick Motorsports. They're going to put a little bit more on JTG Daugherty Racing, which is owned by Jody and Tad Geschechter and NBA legend Brad Daugherty. They have been putting tons of money into this team within the last 5 years. And they finally had it all pay off with the Daytona 500 victory. And they're also going to be in the playoffs in 2023. It's just a big deal for this team, and I see many big things happening for this team moving forward. All right, the 48 car is going to be Alex the Showman Bowman. Is this going to be his last year in this car? I believe not. A lot of people are saying, look at Byron with 3 wins. Look at Chase Elliott. He's already won the championship in 2020. Larson won it in 21. Bowman's really struggling to keep up with them. And I just don't see no one else in line besides Josh Berry, who's going to go to Stewart-Haas Racing. I don't see no one else good enough to replace him. So Alex Bowman's going to stay in that 48 car for at least another 2 or 3 years. So we'll see how things go there. But Bowman in the 48. Driving the 51 car is going to be Cole Custer. I believe Rick Ware is going to want to have a car going for the championship. He's going to put a little bit more money into it than he typically would, and it's going to be Cole Custer in that car. Driving the 54 car is going to be Ty Gibbs. He's racing for his grandfather, Joe Gibbs, at JGR. Is having a good rookie year, kind of underrated. No one's really talking about him, but yeah, Ty Gibbs in the 54 car for many years to come. What's he going to do? Fire his grandson? No. The 67 car. This is going to be a 2311 racing entry. I believe they're going to buy one charter from Rick Ware Racing because Rick Ware, let's be honest, folks, he only got this deal done because he wanted to see his son race in NASCAR. And with Cody Ware arrested and all that, he's going to lose interest and he's going to want to have one car only. And he's going to get rid of that other charter and make some money off of it. And boom, Denny Hamlin's going to buy it. And that car is going to be driven by Ryan Truex, the younger brother of Martin Truex Jr. That will be something, wouldn't it? That Dover win was big. Denny Hamlin spoke very highly of him, but so did Truex. So I believe a lot of things are going in the right direction for young Ryan Truex Jr. The 77 car is going to be driven by Justin Haley. Ty Dillon is not cutting it right now. They're going to move on from him at Spire Motorsports. Not impressed at all by Ty Dillon. Driving the 78 car, similar to Rick Ware Racing, where they had a couple of drivers here and there racing in the 15 car and Cody Ware Racing full time. BJ McLeod has one ride, and it's been kind of fluctuated throughout the years of whether who races in it or not. So it's been on and off. I believe in 2024, though, they're going to want to go full time with one driver, and that one driver is going to be Anthony Alfredo. Look at what he's doing right now in Xfinity. He's racing the same type of machine that team has had the last 5 years, but getting more out of it. And if that's not telling you that he's a good driver, I don't know what will. He is getting top 20s when the team was getting top 30s years ago. So if you do the math, he's doing a lot better. Driving an 84 car is going to be Jimmy Johnson. I'm just putting it up there because I'm very hyped about it. That Johnson's an owner in NASCAR right now. His team's going to Toyota next year. It's going to be a fun year. I think he's going to do really good in Toyota. That's very weird. I did not expect to say that 5 years ago. So there you go. Johnson in the 84 Toyota Legacy Motorsports car. That's weird. Driving the 99 car will be Daniel Suarez. He is going nowhere. I don't know why, but he should be on a hot seat in my opinion. But Trackhouse Racing loves him. But there you go. There's my full 2024 NASCAR Cup Series driver lineup predictions. Obviously, this is going to change throughout the year, but for right now, this is what I got. So comment down below what you think about it, because I'm very curious to know. But everybody have a phenomenal and great day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.